Episode 9 is set to deliver tons of new twists and turns and surprises by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, a lot of people are very curious about this movie. Number one, because J.J. Abrams is back ever since he actually worked on The Force Awakens, and he will be the one responsible for closing the entire Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. Now, we do know that this movie has a lot of things going for it. It will be connecting to both the prequels, the originals, and even parts of the sequels, such as in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo Ren, the Millennium Falcon, and Han Solo. Specifically, a description of Kylo Ren inside of the Millennium Falcon with his helmet on, walking slowly through the Falcon and reminiscing with the past. He is the only one on board. The next goes over Kylo Ren walking slowly toward the cockpit. As he enters, he sees his father sitting in the pilot's seat. It's a rear shot of Han Solo in his older years, with the gray hair and same jacket from Episode 7. It's described that dialogue of Han's voice is audible, giving a narrative of Kylo thinking back years ago. His hand reaches out and touches Han's shoulder, and just as it does, Han begins to fade into thin air from the top to bottom. The last shows Kylo Ren now sitting in the seat of the Falcon and looking through the window. The final words of Han Solo's dialogue are described to catch Kylo's emotions before it finally fades to silence. So I really wanted to go over a couple of parts about this because this raises a couple of big and important questions for Star Wars Episode 9. Now, first things first. Is it going to be Harrison Ford if this makes it to the final cut of the movie, or is J.J. Abrams going to recast Han Solo, kinda similar to what he was going to do with Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens in one of the flashback sequences, where he would actually have Bolton play the character of Luke, only for a little snippet, of course. Now, this could absolutely be a very similar scenario here, where they want to get a different actor on board because we do know that Harrison Ford is out. He's not participating in any more Star Wars films at all forever now, and he's done with it for good. So that's the only thing there. Is it going to be Harrison Ford, or is it going to be a brand new actor? Now, mind you, in this specific sequence, you do not see Han Solo's face per se. You see a rear shot of Han Solo sitting in the Falcon, in the actual pilot seat itself. And Kylo goes to touch his shoulder, and he begins to fade into nothing. However, there is dialogue audible, so this also does raise another important question. Is the dialogue going to be that of Harrison Ford? There are two ways that they could actually do this. Number one, they could actually beg Harrison Ford to come back into Star Wars Episode 9 for a very short sequence, or they actually have leftover footage and or dialogue from The Force Awakens that they actually did not use in the finalized version of the movie. They could really do either or there. Now, exactly where are we? Now, we do know that in The Force Awakens, J.J. Abrams wanted to have Kylo Ren board the Millennium Falcon, something that also did not make it to the final cut of the film. It seems as though that J.J. Abrams and crew are really trying to bring back that experience to the actual big screen this time. This way, everybody is able to see it for those who do not buy the Blu-ray. Because in The Force Awakens, we got a very similar sequence here, where Kylo goes on board of the Falcon. However, in that version, he was actually going on board with his snow troopers, and there was no Han Solo vision and or flashback at that Kylo was able to interact with. However, he did go into the cockpit in the deleted scene. So it could be that maybe they are going to salvage some footage from The Force Awakens and put it into Episode 9, or they're going to actually shoot the entire thing over and do their own take on it all. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that Han Solo coming back into the equation here for Episode 9 could be a risk. If it's not going to be Harrison Ford, that is a huge risk by Disney and Lucasfilm. If you're going to bring Han Solo back, myself, I don't care if it's going to be, a significant part or even an insignificant part. If it's going to be a small or a big part, I think it has to be Harrison Ford. You gotta get Ford back. Because Harrison Ford, at the end of the day, he is the man, alright, who actually is Han Solo. He is Han Solo. It's like trying to recast Luke Skywalker in a Star Wars movie. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this sequence. You know, is it emotional to you? Because to me, it sounds like a very emotional scene for Kylo Ren. We do know that J.J. Abrams is taking Kylo Ren down a far darker path in this film, and he will be more evil than that of Darth Vader from the original trilogy. However, I can see things now where maybe in Episode 9, Kylo is able to bounce back and forth or snap out of it momentarily, where he has these little visions and or auditory hallucinations of his own father, Han Solo. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.